Welcome back to part 2 of boxing's most graceful moments, chicken dance knockouts.
Stopper match.
That's right, when the nervous system takes an unexpected coffee break and a fighter's legs start negotiating a peace treaty with gravity. Some call it brutal. Others call it physics in action.
Landed together there, but Fury's in trouble here.
We just call it entertaining.
Mosley, another big right hand. Mayweather's knees buckled on the second right hand.
Let's dive into another round of fighters momentarily forgetting how legs work.
And a right hand, he's shaking all about Elo.
That's it. Whoa, that's it. Wayne Kelly steps in.
What a beautiful place. And what a beautiful young lady.
It is a beautiful city, isn't it?
It sure is. Coming up to round 3.
Tarver's counter left hand was elite, and this clip is Exhibit A.
Actually ranked 9th, and David Telesco is behind him from Chestnut Hill. Oh, he's hurt. There's the power that we were waiting for. I don't know if he can recover, Smitty. He probably will. His eyes seem clear, but that was a real good shot.
Cool under pressure, he waited for his opponent to make the wrong move. When the opening came, he pounced. The poor guy left himself wide open at mid-range, and Tarver made sure he paid for it.
Which is right on the chin of Williams.
Mosley's loosening up. The crowd is coming alive, and we've got to fight for a moment here. Mosley, another big right hand. Mayweather's knees buckled on the second right hand.
Floyd was a defensive master, but even he wasn't immune to a perfectly timed shot. Shane came over his left hook with a monster right hand, and for a moment, Floyd's legendary footwork was replaced by an unplanned chicken dance.
Almost panicked.
Just missed. And Judah finally tried that uppercut he's known for, but he just came up short. He's been unable to land that punch.
And he hurts Judah with that right hand. Left hook upstairs, Judah along the ropes.
Zab made a crucial mistake here. He threw and stayed right in range, an open invitation for disaster.
Damn Judah. He's landed so many of those, but that one was flush, and Judah with some gamesmanship to try and work his way through this, urging Garcia to come forward. A very clever veteran who even in a dying, Judah trying to get the left hand off.
And he rocks him with that right. And he's still on his feet. Unbelievable chin on Judah's Garcia.
Garcia's got to be careful.
Later in the fight, his legs betrayed him again. He showed a ton of heart, but even that couldn't save him from another round of the chicken dance.
That's the one that wobbled him. Judah with left hand and right hand very, very low.
Still backing the champion up. That's the first real attack, and Cody's legs have gone. A left and a right, and he couldn't take them.
Check out the accuracy on this right hand from Larry. Jerry had his glove up, but Larry still found the gap and detonated a thunderous shot that sent Jerry into an impromptu dance routine.
An undignified sprawl for the challenger in the second round. What a good right that was. He even had the left glove up trying to cover it, and Holmes still found a way past it. The drunken sprawl of Cooney.
Later in the fight, Jerry's legs were all over the place again. His heart was there, but his punch resistance, not so much. Against Larry, that was never going to be enough.
Cooney looks all over the place when he comes under an onslaught like that.
Uppercut by Ramos. Watch now for a ripping right uppercut by Manuel Ramos. There it is. That punch rocked champion Joe Frazier to his heels. Can Ramos follow it up here in round 1?
That punch had Joe Frazier moving like he just heard his favorite song drop in the club. A brutal shot that sent shockwaves through his system.
Made his name decking Amir Khan in the amateurs.
Kenny Norton came out swinging like a man possessed in this fight, and I don't think he missed a single punch. Dwayne unfortunately was a catcher. Defense wasn't in his playbook, and against a puncher like Norton, that's a nightmare scenario. Dwayne came in with a big reputation, but Norton shredded it in real time.
There's a case too where, as you say, that you're fortunate you landed the big bomb so early. Had you landed that late in the round, he might have had that 1 minute between rounds to recover. It's very true. It's very fortunate to land it early, and it's very fortunate to catch him in the head with the game.
Chris never showed up to fights in top shape, and this time it cost him big.
1 year, 1 month.
A sweeping right hand has Arreola on spaghetti legs and down.
6, 7, 8. You okay?
Lot
Can you
of
defend
time.
yourself? Give me your gloves.
Lot
Give me
of
your
time.
gloves. Walk to me. Walk to me. No. You're wasting
This is buying
Get
time.
back in the
This is
corner.
buying time for Arreola. Valuable time. You just
Here in LA, headshot after headshot. Arreola doesn't look good at all. Second knockdown scored.
4, 5.
I'm looking right in his eyes,
7,
and I don't know that they're clear
8,
enough.
you okay?
Jack Reese has a decision to make here.
legs ain't right. Legs aren't
Give me
right.
your gloves.
Too much time.
You sure you can defend yourself?
He's going to let it
Too
go.
much time.
Can he survive a minute?
Too much time.
Headshot after headshot.
That's
And
it.
that is
That's
it.
That's it, man. Too much, Chris.
Bermain made him pay, drilling him with right hands that had him doing not 1, but 2 full-blown chicken dances. His title hopes wobbled right along with him.
Over the slow left hand of Arreola. It's one thing to throw the punch out. It's another thing to develop the habit of bringing it back fast before you can get caught with that right hand counter.
Here's the second knockdown, Teddy.
Again, he's already hurt an accumulation of punches again.
Roger Mayweather turned another opponent into a nightclub performer here, wobbling and swaying like he was in the middle of a dance-off.
E poi 2 sinistri al corpo concludono l'opera di demolizione da parte di Roger Mayweather. Si rimette in qualche modo in piedi. Purtroppo per lui l'arbitro farà proseguire. C'è un destro di Mayweather e il crollo di Villablanca.
That right hand, pure destruction.
Sfortunato protagonista di un campionato del mondo che non era fatto per lui. Vedete che non ce la fa a rimettersi in piedi, giustamente l'arbitro ferma. Avrebbe potuto fermare addirittura dopo il primo knockdown.
Right hand over the top by Lewis. Galata momentarily stunned. Left hook by Lewis. Galata goes down. Only the second time in his career that Andrew Galata has been down, and he is extremely wobbly as he gets up. Lennox Lewis has a tremendous opportunity for a first-round knockout here.
All right, hold on. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't think Galata's ready. This is over. This fight is over. The referee should stop it already.
Cortez gave Galata a lot of time, but he has absolutely nothing as Bill Lewis pounds him to the canvas again.
He won't make
That's it.
Andrew looked like he'd just seen a ghost as he lay on the canvas. When he got up, his legs were completely shot, but Lennox wasn't done. He pulverized him again. This might just be the best performance of Lewis's career.
You'll be back. But what can I do? I'm sorry.
Thank you very much, Andrew.
We've seen Julian Jackson dig his feet in and unleash terrifying power before, and this was no different.
Han har rätt i pannan det.
Enda stedet han kommer til.
Ja, precis.
Drar fram med hokke, tar fram en flott venstre hook rett i pannen faktisk, som Ingmar sier. Og dommeren Luis Bobon går imellom og stopper matchen, og det kan vi vel godt forstå kanskje. Dette var vel kanskje en overmatchning.
One shot landed, and his opponent had no choice but to bust out the chicken dance, whether he wanted to or not.
Og det er tydelig å se at Haywood er rystet.
Watch the leg. That's it. It's all over. And the referee does the right thing.
Nathan came in overflowing with confidence, but he learned the hard way that standing in front of a prime Sergey Kovalev is a terrible idea.
I'm not sure he should have done. cleverly holding on in desperation.
I don't know where he is, John. He's all over the place.
And the fight is all over, I think. Well, the referee's taken him to his corner. Has he stopped the fight? Has he stopped the fight?
The ref tried everything to save him, but the end was inevitable.
And somehow survived. Now it's all over. It's finished. I was going to say, would Kovalev punch himself out? But that's a sad sight for Welsh boxing.
He's leaning over and opening himself up to that uppercut, Pollard. And he got hurt, but not right. And Guerrero stumbling into the corner. Referee Harvey Dark.
Canelo's first fight in the U.S. nearly ended in complete disaster.
There's a lot of excitement about Saul Alvarez's first appearance here in the United States. And he is wobbled by a left hook, and he's in trouble, and Cotto's dumping him. And maybe the matchmaking was a mistake, but no, he gets out of trouble, still wobbling, still having trouble getting his feet under it.
He was all over the place after taking some heavy shots, and while he pulled off the win, this fight put some serious dents in his reputation, ones he had to work hard to fix.
Far close to the ear, and they leave the front part of the face open, and they get caught with the shot. Right inside. And you see from there was just a barrage of punches, but he was able to survive most of those and come back.
Rounds, I think we can adjust that. I'll give White obviously the round where he hurt.
Oh, he got him. Finally got him. Is this the breakthrough? White looking to hold on.
And this time he is holding, unlike he did in round one.
Rocked by that big right hand. Joshua looking to size him up. There's a grin from White, but the legs are betraying him, and down he goes.
He's hurt. The way he went down.
Surely no way up here for Dylan White. It's stopped. It's over.
White hit the full-on chicken dance after that right hand and the uppercut that followed. Pure devastation. One shot and he was completely leveled.
Temple as well, and quite often that's the punch. The toughest guys you've ever seen get caught there and it scrambles their brains.
But you see, it's an unorthodox shot. Usually the right hand comes straight. He throws it from around the side, and he kind of shocked White. He didn't see it coming.
Yeah, but that's the same punch in the jaw. It might drop you. If it doesn't, you can recover from it quickly. But the side of the head there, no, it just scrambles your brains and you don't recover from it.
Juan Manuel Lopez.
Juanma Lopez came in as the underdog, but this was his breakout moment against De Leon.
Then the left. Good jab by Lopez. And down goes Ponce de Leon.
4, 5, 6.
His legs are gone.
And he's blinking his eyes, and there's a perfect example of Lopez's quicker, more skillful approach. 53 seconds yet to go. Perfect hook. Another perfect hook. Another perfect hook.
His punches are too short.
Michael Ortega's got to make a decision now. Ponce de Leon doesn't have many legs. It's over. A tremendous first-round knockout performance for Juan Manuel Lopez. What a debut at the top of the sport.
A star is born.
Bingo.
Watch that short right hook. It's the shot that did all the damage, leaving De Leon in full-on chicken dance mode.
That was the first hook that did the damage. Ponce de Leon not able to recover.
Yeah, he got the right hook is really what did the knock down. It was just delayed action.
Knockdown number 2, Emmanuel.
Right here, you see, it's just a simple case of his punches being shorter and more accurate, and then the punches coming back from Ponce de Leon, who has to have more of a loop room, and as a result, Lopez's punches will get there before.
Another look at the second knockout, and in every one of these pictures, it's exactly what we set up for you, the notion of Lopez stepping inside and using that brilliant right hook to get it done. Yeah, he lands left hands, but it's really the power in the right hook that's the difference.
Right hook, it is short, accurate punches.
I love Jake's attitude, but I don't think Jake wants to go MMA against Nathan. So his opponent.
Stop. So being that his last fight was a southpaw, Mickey might not be up. He got
counter left hook hurt Ward.
is still hurt. He's trying to hold on. He eats an uppercut. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round.
Ward should stay still. Obviously, his legs are not under him.
Cannot be saved by the bell in any round. There's the bell to end the round. Ward, a bloody mouth, is out on his feet. And they have 1 minute to revive Mickey Ward. Let's listen.
Irish Mickey Ward was as tough as they come. That counter shot had his legs betraying him, but somehow he stayed upright and made it to the bell. Lesser fighters would have hit the deck, but Ward's toughness was truly elite.
How you feel?
Drama here in the heavyweight division, and we haven't even got to the top of the bell. And a left hand from David Price, and Povetkin falls into the neutral corner.
David Price came this close to hitting the jackpot with that left hook. Clean, crisp, and right on target.
Stumbling him back, and then his legs.
Then Joshua Parker. Phenomenal times for the big boys. And Povetkin with a right hand and a left hook lays out David Price. The tail's in. He won't make it, and it is Alexander Povetkin that finds the ammunition.
But Alexander wasn't about to let that slide. He immediately corrected the record with a thunderous overhand right. Price, for a brief moment, looked like he was auditioning for a moonwalk before hitting the canvas. What really stands out here is Alexander's punch technique. His delivery keeps opponents guessing, making it nearly impossible to tell whether he's aiming for the body or the head.
He didn't even know it was coming, and it was a full-blooded left hook.
He couldn't.
Price never saw it coming, and well, that was that.
First of all, and it disorientated him around the temple. The long arms go down, and that is a free shot for Alexander Povetkin.
Quality work from Povetkin, left hook to the body, and then a sneaky overhand right. And Price there, as I said, he was hit with a shot he didn't see coming, and that's the devastating damage and impact with these heavyweights.
Chris said that he only needed to be at 50% to beat Smith in their first fight.
To do his own work this time, though. Let's go with the left hand. Eubank catches a left hand, and down he goes in the blue corner, and he is in huge trouble here, Eubank. He is all over the place, and this could be over. He's to the brink. 2 minutes remaining, and down goes Eubank again. And the tail, I think, is about to come in from Roy Jones, and the referee has stopped it, and it is utter bedlam inside the ring. Roy Jones is about to throw the tail anyway.
His arrogance led to him chilling in the corner, trying to use his reflexes to dodge punches, and he ended up getting blasted. He was offering no counter-punching threat, so Smith could just keep throwing.
Which is risky. Smith timed it, brilliant right hand, his eyes almost shut, and that's probably the shot that does the big damage. Big left uppercut come hook that comes from the left side. I mean, Eubank, to his credit, brave warrior, up on his feet, but I mean,
Chris was doing the chicken dance when he got up.
I mean, the ref could have stopped it.
Yeah,
I gave him every opportunity. And I'm not saying he should have stopped it, but he could have.
Literalmente que noquear como acaba de hacer acá Daniels. Acaba de hacerlo con esa izquierda terrorífica. Acaba de noquear y acaba de proclamarse campeón del mundo del peso super welter en versión de la Asociación Mundial de Boxeo.
Carl the Squirrel Daniels got clipped so hard, he looked like a squirrel that missed a branch, flailing, wobbling, and breaking into a full-on chicken dance as his world title slipped away.
Is he now going to find what he needs at last? Williams, though, will look to turn it round. He's still in there pitching. Oh, good uppercut! Great uppercut from Harrison. And I think he's got him. I think it's going to be all over here. Well, he's bravely to his feet. The left eye is almost closed. The left uppercut from Audley Harrison. He's nodding to his fans who are on their feet all around this ring. Another left uppercut from Harrison. The fight's all over! It's all over! Audley Harrison has done it!
Audley's uppercut sent Danny into full system meltdown. His body's reaction, a complete error code. Legs gone, arms flailing, and gravity doing the rest. One shot and it was all over.
With the jab and then slipped the uppercut in. It was a beautiful setup by Audley Harrison.
There was a smile on the face of Audley Harrison as he threw that shot. Look at this. Here comes the end, and Harrison there knows at last.
Now this is when Lash at least punt, or at least clinch, and not allow. And there was a right hand by Holmes, and Spinks is in a world of trouble right now. Good right hand. Now great shot by Holmes.
Spinks sat down in midair after that right hand. This was one of the biggest fights of the 1980s. There's nothing quite like a well-timed body-to-head combination, and Spence learned that lesson the hard way here. One to the ribs, then straight upstairs, and suddenly everything changed.
And makes his legs ball.
Roger Mayweather's power was no joke.
These guys have been hurt. The Red is in trouble again now, Bob. The Red is holding on.
Every time he touched opponents, they reacted like they'd just been hit by an electric current. He was an absolute menace in that ring. We saw Tarver earlier, now here he is again, proving just how much ground he can cover with that left hand.
This audience cannot see on that side. That was a huge shot. Down goes Harding for the second time. And Tarver screaming at the referee, why haven't you stopped the fight? Harding is wobbling badly.
Are you all right? You sure? One last thing.
You hear it? Harding, he said, are you all right? No way in the world. Tarver should have gotten those free shots.
He said, are you all right? And Eric Harding said to him, I'm from Philadelphia.
Harding thought he was safe, but Tarver had other plans, and the results weren't pretty.
All night long, straight left, straight left.
Will match it off in the black, Tom Little in the yellow and black, and he's caught by a right hand there, and Tom Little has collapsed to the canvas, and I think he's going to struggle to beat the count here. Maybe caught him high on the head because he just lost all of his equilibrium there completely. Left to the body, but again Little just tries to explode off those ropes, but he's shaky again, and Steve Gray steps in and waves it off.
Big glob of white substance on it. Eddie Aliano, the expert cut man, doing a good job. Oh. And that's as close to a knockdown as you'll ever see. Bazemore too anxious to...
Bazemore landed hard on his forehead. That's the first knockdown of the bout. And that's it. It's all over. Roger Mayweather celebrating in the face of Kenny Bazemore.
Roger Mayweather again, casually shutting down another opponent's nervous system like it was just another day at the office. Nothing to see here, just routine destruction from the Black Mamba.
That is about as good as you can get. High on the forehead, as you said, temple forehead, and look at the way he's spread out. Once they go face down on the canvas, they very seldom get up.
Caída de Scott Clark, que está recibiendo la cuenta de protección. Va Pipino, conecta con la derecha, se acomoda, mide la distancia. Mete bien la izquierda al cuerpo y va nuevamente de rodillas. Y Pipino va en busca de la presa y termina la pelea, amigos.
Что должно было произойти? Если еще не произойдет, успел уйти.
Ну какой же подбородок
вот
у Грина, а?
Вот это да.
Какие удары он выдержал?
А мне кажется, да, в нокдауне боксер.
В стоячем нокдауне.
Он не понимает, где он и что с ним.
Ну, гонка его спас в какой-то момент. Видимо, сейчас...
Danny looked like he didn't even know what country he was in by the end of that round. The fight had to be stopped, and considering Tarver's age, this was a massive upset at the time.
Но даже такой мощный подбородок.
Здесь он уже идет в нокдауне.
Да,
когда тренер взял его,
Tous les coups arrivent à la tempe, au menton, à la face de son adversaire.
Oh là là.
Oh, incroyable direct du droit.
À la tempe encore, qui a fait perdre l'équilibre complètement.
Ah, une droite qui nous rappelle un petit peu celle de Thomas Hearn. C'est Aceves qui ne se relèvera pas, qui ne peut pas se relever, qui reste cloué sur le tapis. Ah, c'est tout de même étonnant cette image.
Ouais, c'est très impressionnant, mais je crois, vous savez que le...
The Black Mamba struck again, unleashing a textbook jab that set up a devastating right hand. Another opponent's nervous system was put on standby mode. Just another clinic from Roger Mayweather.
From James Kirkland, who never had a bad moment in a ring, down for the first time in his unbeaten career. 10 seconds to go in this dynamic, remember, well, it's waved off now. 3 knockout round, and Conyers doesn't know where he is.
Kenny Norton was absolutely vicious in close range.
Uppercut, first the left, then the chopping right, then the uppercut, and another uppercut as they broke. Stevens missing there. Ooh, that left staggered him. He's ready to go. Down he went. The left corner. Yes, indeed, Kenny Norton has a left, and he is under the bottom strand of the rope. He is struggling to get up. Kenny Norton starting quickly tonight. That's it. This fight is over. This fight is over. Kenny Norton has knocked out his opponent.
The way he got full leverage on this left hook was something to behold. The sound of the punch alone told you everything you needed to know.
2 seconds of the third round. Right to the bottom. That left, that was it. Notice the right of Stevens was down. He had been throwing punches. He dropped his guard. Now, Norton is up in the ring. Here's another angle of that punishing left that finished Randy Stevens. Yes, indeed, Mr. Norton has a left.
Has to be impressive to come out that fast and be so decisive against all that youth. 10 years is a lot of years.
Julian Jackson's punches weren't just hard, they were terrifying. He's widely considered the biggest punching middleweight of all time, and this fight showed why. His opponent could barely walk after this one.
Tate got his hands up. And he's connected with a right uppercut. What a shot from Takalou, who screams out loud. I'm not sure Farnell's going to get through this. He looks all over the place. He's completely dazed. Anthony Farnell, we could be looking here at an early sensation. Farnell looks out of it. Takalou can finish it here. Big shot, and the fight is going to be stopped in round one. Incredible.
And Wise goes right after him. Munoz in a lot of trouble. Look at the way Wise is changing body and head. That's it. Whoa, that's it. Wayne Kelly steps in. Munoz was out on his feet. And another good job by Wayne Kelly.
Wise was flowing like water in this fight, completely locked in and moving beautifully. A masterclass in rhythm and timing. This was a scary one.
Munoz was out on his feet, didn't go down, but Wayne Kelly stepped right in.
Well, here you can see him getting hit with solid punches. And he's just wide open. And there goes Kelly, saw it and right away stepped in, saved him from further punishment.
And Wise is ready.
Prime George Foreman's power was unreal.
Oh, he is all over Frazier again. He has Frazier in the corner. Frazier's knees buckled. He is down. He is down for the 4th time in the fight. George Foreman is doing to Joe Frazier what he did as a 19-year-old.
Just watch this. One shot and Joe Frazier gets lifted off his feet like he got hit by a wrecking ball.
Practice for George Foreman. It is target practice. Frazier is ready to go again. Joe is standing. There he goes. 3 times. 3 times. The fight is stopped. No, it is not. It is not stopped. Angie Dundee is screaming, stop it. Bertie Pacheco, Ali's doctor next to me. It is over. It is over.
This far, almost nobody. First real signs of weariness on Holyfield. First real signs.
Oh, a straight right combination by Holyfield. Holyfield looking to air it out.
Holyfield's unloading now. He's taking a shot. He's going for it.
Oh, Tyson's in trouble. Holyfield smothers Tyson. Looking to put Tyson down and end the fight. Tyson in dire trouble. He's saved by the bell.
Mike is out on his feet.
Evander came in as a big underdog, but he dominated from start to finish. Tyson's chicken dance here, pure exhaustion. He just wasn't the same fighter after his prison stint.
Gonna fall apart. And
Tankstead has a lot of heart. There was a right hand, and Tankstead is down. I was just saying, a lot of heart, but then he connected
with the right hand, Michael Spinks.
Still lets it go on. Tankstead is just looking for a place to fall down.
At his peak, Roy Jones Jr. was getting hyped as one of the best ever.
Being underestimated. Jones lands a solid left hook to start the fight.
Let me tell you, that first left hook hurt Griffin.
And so does the second one. And Mercanti calls it a knockdown.
After the controversial DQ loss to Griffin in their first fight, he made sure there was no debate in the rematch.
Jones is playing the feinting game, and Griffin is benefiting by it. Oh, what a left hook. What a left hook.
Second knockdown of the round.
That was a leaping left hook, and Griffin may not survive it.
He's got trouble. And that's that. Jones gets his vindication.
Obliterating him in one round, this was Jones at his most devastating.
He feinted there, and Griffin left himself open for the punch.
You know, it's strange that Roy Jones would have that kind of power at that weight class. This guy's capable of being a good heavyweight.
So you don't think that he's completely off his rocker when he talks about fighting the Holyfields and Moores of the world?
No, you pack on that kind of weight and keep your quickness and power, he can go up.
How high would he have to go? 205, 210?
If he can get to be 200 pounds, that's all he needs just to establish himself as I am a big man. The rest he has.
At 200 pounds, would he ever be a threat to be heavyweight champion of the world?
Great threat, because he's fast. When you've got speed, the other things, they just come to you.
And so you think the punching power would go up with him as well?
No doubt about it, because you get the right conditioner, you get you in a proper shape, you get the proper sparring, he can do it. I was shocked that he could do that to this guy who's fought.
Fernando Vargas and Tito Trinidad had no love lost between them, and both promised a knockout.
That is desire, and maybe something really going for him here. He's more natural at this weight. Oh, it is a big left hand, and Vargas is really rocked early on. First time he took the left hook and he's down. What a start.
Tito's left hook was a thing of beauty, tight, crisp, and absolutely devastating.
2 knockdowns for Trinidad.
Yes, a massive round for Trinidad. Look at the trouble he's in. A sharp left hook. Look at the power he gets in that. Bends the knees. Full turn in the hips. It really was a good punch.
Vargas had all the heart in the world, but he was simply outclassed.
He's decked again.
Joe Frazier was a monster in his prime, but even he wasn't immune to the chicken dance.
Kevin is taking the mandatory. We've got more than half the round to go.
The difference? In this fight, it didn't matter. He shook it off and still got the decision. Once Roy Jones lost his legendary reflexes, he found himself making regular appearances on the chicken dance circuit.
Watching the way Glenn Johnson is fighting here, you might find it impossible to believe that, for instance, he lost 4 fights in a row.
Jones may be hurt
in
with his
99.
right hand.
He was hurt by the right hand.
A sad decline for a once untouchable fighter.
And that Roy just didn't see. Just a case of just playing the numbers game. Glenn is throwing so many punches.
By Vernon Forrest, the fighter you saw in the preceding fight. Yesterday, when we asked Forrest about that, in anticipation of a possible matchup down the road between these two, Forrest said that was a long time ago. It's not worth talking about now. Wise in trouble again, his legs wobbling as Mosley attacks. I think Mosley cost himself a knockdown there.
He didn't lose any power. He didn't lose any speed. And I think this is beautiful. I think this is going to make for a great matchup with some of the big fighters in this weight division already.
I totally agree. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official particulars.
Bethany had no business being in the ring with Christie. She was simply out of her depth.
Final seconds of the opening round.
Work out of there. Come on, work out.
Oh, combination at the bell. And Payne is staggered. Kenny Bayless waves it off. It's over.
That's what you call out on your feet, Steve. Out on your feet.
That big right hand made sure of it, sending her into a full-on chicken dance.
That's what started it. And there you see Payne is pretty much out. It was one shot. Can't get her legs under her. She is doing a stagger Lee. She cannot stand up.
Payne in very much pain right there.
Mazon Kemp, the manager trainer, conferring with Kenny Bayless.
Here we'll look at it again, and you see Christie looking for that right hand. And once again, Payne had that head up in the air and got caught with it clean. Christie leaped in with the body, turned that right hand over the top, and you can see Payne doesn't know where she is, can't get her legs under, and Kenny Bayless does the right thing. No sense letting that young lady get hurt. We'll show you from another angle, yet a third angle, that right hand right in the jaw temple area, and you can see it almost disconnects Bethany Payne. She's just not there as she was for the entire round, and she took some good shots, but that one certainly the coup de grace.
The tone of the fight was set only 15 seconds in by a big right hand by Christy Martin. You see
Christie's mocking display, a bit classless, sure, but when you dominate like that, you earn the right to gloat. The post-fight interview added to the drama, with Bethany clearly irritated by the questions, making things a little awkward for the interviewer. From start to finish, this was a spectacle.
Now, once again, how are you feeling at this point, Bethany?
I feel fine.
Now, at that point there, you didn't have the legs under you. You got caught with a tremendous combination, and you had already absorbed some big shots there. Good effort. That was a shot to the temple, wasn't it? That's why your legs are out from under you like that.
No, not to my temple.
No? All right, let's take one more look at this. Christy, we're going to take another look at this dramatic knockout. All right, take a look. We also have Roseanne in the ring with us right now. Boom. What's that feel like?
Well, it's just a great feeling because you work so hard and you're so well prepared that to end in a knockout, and a spectacular knockout the way it ended, of course you're happy. We're just ready to go to Nashville, turn on Nashville on January 11th, and just keep up the winning streak.
Well, she is definitely hurt there. Quick question here, Roseanne, are you getting into fight management now? I thought Jim Martin, the husband, was the one who was doing this.
We're co-trainers. Yeah, I'm just sending psychic waves to Christy and Mike tonight.
This was a clash between two fighters looking to climb the British rankings, but it was Dawson's left hook that stole the show.
From Dawson, and Keane's unsteady, almost went there, and a big left hook from Keane, and he's down, and now he's going to be the end of the fight, surely. He's all over the place. Richard Davis is having a close look at it, but I think this is going to be all over. It is, and Neil Dawson has done it again. The man who took out Tony Conquest has now taken out Chris Keane, and Neil Dawson, Keane doesn't really appreciate what hit him. Dawson has done it again, and just look what it means.
One clean shot in the exchange, and Keane's legs turned to pure chicken dance jelly, his hopes of moving up the ladder wobbling right along with him.
Dickinson will be watching this, I'm sure. And Neil Dawson has just punched himself into a shot, surely, at the British title, surely. Really impressive. When he unloaded the left hook, that one was a cracker.
It was a tremendous shot, wasn't it? But what impressed me a lot as well was not just obviously his power. He took some crunching left hooks on there, but as he was unloading his own shots on Chris Keane, he had to take a few good left hook, right hooks. Takes a shot very well, doesn't he, Dawson?
And he is all over the place there, Chris Keane. He wanted to continue.
Collins a tough cookie. Body shots downstairs. Collins trying to fight upstairs. Uppercuts by Jackson. This is round 5. And right now, Collins, he's there with a left hook. And Jackson waving at him. What's it going to take to put him down? He hits him again and he won't go. Right hand gets through. What Collins should do is hang on. If he just stays there. And Collins finally goes down. Julian Jackson frustrated by the fact that this guy, the counts up to 5 and 6 and 7. His legs are still rubbery. That's it. The referee decides to stop the fight.
Julian Jackson's power in his prime was the stuff of nightmares. You couldn't afford a single defensive lapse against him. One mistake, and you were done.
You see, he's on Queer Street right now. Jackson waves him. He says, hey, get down. And he throws the right hand. The kid still won't go. And Julian comes back, hits him with a pretty good right hand. His legs are rubbery. He still won't go. Then he hits him with a flush right hand. And at this stage, I was saying, hey, you better hang on, kid. He's there with a good right, and that time he had to go. But look at
and the crowd again behind Page.
And Page's legs are amazing. He is bouncing up and down in spite of those shots he's taken. He can now turn on the boxing expertise in his legs and really take all these rounds because Razor Ruddock's immobile.
Page looks like he's got a new tank. New tank of gas.
Razor Ruddock looks like it's hurting him to get his legs across the ring. He's stumbling forward. There he goes.
There's the smash. The right combination. Ruddock looking to end it again. Can
Greg was looking great, on track to win, until Razor's left hand introduced him to a whole new world of suffering. One shot and suddenly, Greg went from steady contender to looking like he just stepped off a carnival ride after one too many spins.
But tremendous courage being displayed by Greg Page, just hanging in there, as Ferdy said, perhaps on instinct alone, but still, he's still up there. He was trying to adjust his mouthpiece, you noticed, trying to make it all the way back to his corner. Joe Cortez giving him every benefit of the doubt here. And the corner people have to come over to help him.
Keep an eye on this left hook, Razor's signature weapon, and a certified career shortener.
Left hook by Razor Reddick. Good left. And Larry Alexander, all of them, is in trouble.
Razor Reddick opening up with both hands. 15 seconds remain in the round. Alexander in big trouble. Cappuccino watching him. A standing 8 count could be given. And I wonder if Cappuccino will give that 8 count. A hard left hook, staggers the legs, another one. This could be over. I have to wonder why Frank Cappuccino never gave the standing 8 count.
You'll also notice there was not a right in that carload.
It's left plenty of opponents in ruins, and this poor guy was no exception.
Yeah, but it had such speed on it. That time, Larry Alexander could not pick it off.
Another left.
And then Alexander was in big trouble, Bert.
But he threw one right hand, and it didn't actually connect. There's the left.
It was a good shot. It had all of his 226 pounds behind it. And where is the right hand?
There he tried it, and that was it. I think that he did that just for show.
An outstanding amateur in the mid-70s. Hurt him with a hard left hand, but he came back.
He missed 2 lefts, hit him with a right. Left. That left hand.
Angelo Dundee is in the ring.
It's over.
Even if Larry could continue, Angelo wanted to see no more of this one and waved it over.
That looked like King Kong falling.
Sein Boxernamen gerecht geworden. Nee. Das war wirklich ein wunderbarer Treffer. Das schafft er nicht.
And his legs broke into a comedy routine, wobbling, stumbling, but somehow keeping him upright.
Landed together there, but that's a Fury's in trouble here. Great moment.
Credit where it's due, most guys would have hit the deck, but Fury turned it into an awkward dance and stayed standing.
The left hand stayed low, and Hunter was able to land the right. But I think what was
Whitlock, more importantly, feel frustrated, like he can't get it.
I have no idea what Greg was thinking here. He walked in with zero defense and got absolutely blasted. The moment that shot landed, his legs went completely stiff, like he'd been unplugged.
I don't need one. Okay. Keep your head. Stop standing in front of this guy. Okay. All right. He throws wild shots. Right. Everything back to the pocket. All right. We're down at that round. We got to go in these 2 rounds. We got to get it there. Okay. Yeah. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Oh, I didn't realize we were back, guys.
Sorry. To round 5.
And if you want to get crazy, try to explain the scoring in this town.
Put down for the second time on the bout, and he is...
Most people didn't know it at the time, but Michael was practically blind in one eye throughout his career. Suddenly, taking a shot like that and getting rocked makes a lot more sense. Johnny just couldn't keep up with Gary's speed and ended up doing the chicken dance more than once. When someone's that much faster, there's not much you can do. You're getting clipped by shots you don't even see coming. And those are the ones that scramble your nervous system.
前の
そうですね、つなぎですよね。
打ちに行ったところ、左のカウンター、効きましたね。効いたところ、これまた右まで、さすがですね。
これがそう
右を打ってそのカウンターですね。
これですね。これから
これで動き止めといて、その返しの右フックですね。
分間でどれぐらい回復するか。そうですね。
ベルトを前に行きます。さあ、積極果敢。
効いてますよ。効いてますよ。
下がります。コンサルが下がります。コンサルの足がもうふらついています。滑られてしまいました。
効いてますね。
これきついか。
そうですね。顎に食ったわけじゃないんですが、きついですね。
足を取られています。
まだこれだけあると厳しいですね。
パンチもらい始めました。また崩れた。グラグラです。
足に力入らない。
止めました。止めました。
そうですね。
試合終了です。王座交代。ジェイリー・ラッセル・ジュニア。世界挑戦に。
Prime Gary was a serious problem.
ですね。
3ラウンド。ラッセル・ジュニアしかしジョーさん。タイトル。
Oleg lazily flicked out a jab and got a brutal reality check in return. A full force right hand that had him paying homage to the chicken dance.
From our vantage point, it looked like a push, didn't it? But a right hand landed. Askin senses it, and Askin's going for the kill.
He's hurt him there, you know, he's really hurt.
Big right hand. A huge left hook, and down goes
McCarthy. The bell's gone to end the round.
Tommy looked like he was trying to stay upright on a rocking boat as he swayed back and forth to avoid the punches, but it was clear he was badly hurt.
He fights with a little smile on his face, and he's been grinning through most of the first 2 rounds here. Feeling as though he's in control against Emmanuel Lucero, and after that punch, he is totally in control, and the referee instantly stops the fight.
He was out on his feet.
Check out the pinpoint accuracy on this left hand from the great Pac-Man. His precision is criminally underrated.
Arch to Lucero standing up.
He never saw the punch coming. He was too low to even see it coming. He thought he was probably out of danger by getting that low.
Gives you a pretty good idea as to how heavy are Manny Pacquiao's hands.
Yes, and it's good focus and concentration, too.
And the referee stoppage was aimed at protecting Lucero from another shot, because Lucero was a sitting duck target there for Pacquiao.
Yeah. Pacquiao was timing his movement, and in just a matter of time, he timed exactly where he figured he would move his head, and he moved right into position.
So Manny Pacquiao stretches his record to 37 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. How long will he remain in the 122-pound division?
As many punches as he did in the first couple rounds, it's at tremendous odds with his previous performances, but it raises the question, can he fight at this pace for 12 rounds? And Ward wobbled there by a right cross from Nery. Nery goes to the body and to the uppercut as he tries to finish Mickey.
Vicious body shots from Nery.
Good discipline work by Nery.
Mickey switched his stance to southpaw, a decision he instantly regretted. A long right hand had him staggering like he'd missed a step on the stairs, and that stance was never seen again.
The round and led to this vicious pounding on the ropes. Right there, you see it once again.
Mavrovich wasn't the kind of guy you wanted to mess with, and this right hand showed why. One clean hit, and his opponent was looking like he'd been zapped by an electric fence before going down.
Mavrović je čekao I vjerujem da je konačno dočekao svoju priliku. Teško se tetura po ringu Christophe Bizot, odbrojavanje španjolskog tuca I to je kraj borbe. Kraj borbe, kako je lijepo reći, Željko Mavrović je prvak Evrope, Hrvatska nakon Ivana Prebega, nakon Mate Parlova I nakon Marijana Bereša ima I svog 4. boksačkog asa u boksačkom špilu karata.
In any case, well, what drama I did tell you that when I spoke to Israel and spoke to Ballingall, Michael Ballingall, his trainer beforehand, that they really fancied this, that they knew their man was unknown, but they knew that he had something, that the gym was really flying, and Webber there, well, this is going to be a very difficult one for him to take, and they're just getting the oxygen into the ring here to make absolutely sure that he's over.
Encore une fois, contrôlé, le Bookieman avec son jab. Et le combat est terminé. King l'a démoli. C'est démoli le Boogeyman. Simon King l'emporte par KO.
It started with a textbook left hook from Simon, and from there, things went downhill fast for his opponent, wobbling, staggering, and then breaking into an accidental two-step after the follow-up combo. It was as brutal as it was one-sided.
Oh là là. Et le King qui a fait plaisir à tout le monde. Il a travaillé pendant des années autant en boxe amateur qu'en boxe professionnelle. Il n'était pas pour tout perdre ici, ce soir, sur son ring à Mauricie. Et là, voyez ça là-dedans.
As an amateur, Tony's name carried serious weight in the UK boxing scene, and this is why.
Yeah, Dickinson is boxing a very clever fight. He's keeping his man at long range. This is good long-range boxing from Dickinson. But ball gets caught, oh, just as I said that.
Bellew's nose bloodied, needed something special. Dickinson down. Bellew has a glance at the corner. That's only going to count as one scoring punch in the computer system. So Dickinson still 9-4 up. Bellew's really going for it. He's going to have to take a shot if he's going to land one. And I'm not sure that's the wisest course of action. Maybe Bellew fancies it. Oh, what a shot. Oh, he's very badly hurt. Well, there was always a chance that might happen. And immediately we've got to think and hope that John Lewis Dickinson is going to be fine. Well, Bellew, I think, knows that he's won this contest.
His left hook landed flush, and his opponent's legs turned to jelly instantly.
And well, you often find with heavyweight boxing, well, that was a bit of a slip to start with. There was a punch there that did go in. There was an 8 count, and then
the way he finished the job, absolutely vicious.
Right on the side of the head, and down he went. His defense was nowhere whatsoever. Bellew really caught him with a cracking punch. It was high, it was on the temple rather than the jaw, which is maybe not a bad thing if there is such a good thing in terms of a punch as hard as that. It certainly was a punch worthy of winning a title. It was pretty high up, and the worry about that, Richie, is the rotating effect of the skull within, or the brain within the skull, but he seems to be fine.
Have Freddie Roach for a trainer, but it shows how much he wants it.
Hard right hand. Khan is tremendously wobbled. Amir should be holding on right now. Maidana clocked him big time with the right hand. 10 seconds to go in the round. Khan is wobbly again. Maidana too tired to land cleanly. Maidana can't get him out of it.
Marcos's overhand sent Amir into survival mode, his legs betraying him instantly. It took every bit of his heart and toughness to stay in the fight and make it to the bell.
But a big fellow called Tyson Fury will be watching.
Yep, it's exciting times in this heavyweight to be.
Oh, goodness me! Well, there is the disaster scenario for this huge crowd, and Price is in real trouble. He's on jelly legs, and it's been stopped. It's all over. It has been finished in the second.
Price hit the canvas and spun around like a newborn turtle, struggling to find its footing. When he got up, his legs were all over the place, forcing the ref to step in. The hype train was officially derailed.
To David Price, and the legs were gone.
Just been trying to land.
Larry came in with muscles, but no real boxing skills, and it showed.
But did have success here against Pelé Reid, and a right hand. He's shaken Olabamiwo badly, backed up in the corner, and he's got to find something. The big lad from Hackney, that was low from McDermott, but he's all over Olabamiwo. And he's gone, Olabamiwo, inside the opening 45 seconds. He'll do well to get up. And the big hopes are flying out of the window for Big Larry. He's going to get his win. Finally down a second.
second time all about Miwo, and surely it's all over, Jim.
Well, I said as they came in, Adam, this is a massive chance of taking with Oliver Bevo. His legs are gone, they cannot allow him to box on.
Big John McDermott finally gets the knock.
McDermott, who looked like he was more familiar with McDonald's than a treadmill, didn't need a six-pack because he had actual boxing ability.
Open, he's used to blasting people out. The first punch shook his legs that caught him bang on the chin.
Larry learned the hard way that size means nothing without skill.
And when you see the legs go like that in the heavyweight division, you know the guy is not going to recover from that. Tremendous stuff from McDermott. He knew at this stage he was one punch away from victory.
And 1 minute, 15 seconds of round one. Your referee, Mr. Jeffrey Hines, has stopped the contest.
He doesn't need to be running out of gas.
But he still needs to keep Dickinson in his shell. Doesn't want to give Dickinson any more success to build on, to work on. Oh, lovely.
Oh, he's put him down with the right hand. Right hand. Is he going to get up? Well, he looks very, very unsteady. He's still all over the place. It's all over. It is all over.
Mackenzie's right hand was a certified knockout weapon. He was at his most dangerous early on, and Dickinson didn't even get a chance to recover. One shot, and he was done.
Look again. There's a left.
Yeah, well, the left hook's on the temple. The right hand's there just on the chin there, but the left hook shook him up really bad, and the right hand just helped him on his way. Good shots. Just, no, I think his senses there, wasn't
By the time Joe Frazier stepped in against Foreman, his best days were behind him, and it showed.
And again, you saw it there. Frazier's hurt. Frazier's hurt again. One right hurt Frazier. Frazier's down. Frazier is down from a right. The mandatory Aitken, the first knockdown in round 5. So taking it from George Foreman. Foreman again with the right. Second knockdown in the round.
His legs turned to jelly the moment Foreman's punches started landing. It wasn't just that Foreman hit like a wrecking ball. Frazier's aggressive, come-forward style played right into his hands. That said, a prime Frazier would have been a whole different story. With his relentless pressure and head movement at its peak, he could have given Foreman a real problem. But in this fight, it was a bad stylistic matchup at the wrong time.